I'm Alex Rackle from Board Game Co.
It's Professor Meg.
And today we are playing through the 7th Citadel, Explore, Build, You Are the Hero. This has a currently active ongoing crowdfunding campaign. This is a sponsored playthrough. We're going to be diving into the New Beginning, an introductory scenario. So just a few quick general ideas of 7th Citadel, so you are walking in understanding what this is over here. This is a giant world building, exploration, narrative-driven, semi-campaign, legacy-ish element, cooperative game going on here. You're going to have these two threats that come with the game. These are going to be the two larger threats you're diving into. You'll start those off by going through this new beginning over here, but this is kind of like an intro, getting your feet wet, getting out the door, and just giving you a little bit of a walk through to getting your feet wet. I said that already. But then you'll be diving into these, which are like 5 times as long as far as the amount of experience they go through. We're not going to be diving fully.
5 times?
Well, like this is a 10-page book, and this is 55 pages.
That's more than 10.
This is not meant to be played in a single setting. This arguably is. We will probably...
That sounds like a challenge.
Good luck with that. We'll probably be finishing this today, but we'll see how that goes. If not, we'll see. We'll probably be finishing it today, or dying along the way. But these over here, these are going to be the main meat of your adventures once you dive through the New Beginning. Past that, we're going to kind of walk you through this. So if you are diving into 7th Citadel for the first time, or if you're interested, if you already have a copy from the last campaign, if you're watching this video far from the future because you have a copy from the current campaign, this is going to give you a kind of general idea of what you need to do to start the game off. And to that end, we're going to go ahead and open up. I was going to read something over there, and I realized it's over here. We're going to go ahead and open up the New Beginning and walk through the beginning. The collapsing lands. During the conflict between the hegemonic city-state of Kel and its rival Gadlurok, a new threat emerged from the ground, the Burrs. Under the command of a mysterious master, these enormous worms tirelessly dug out underground tunnels to the point that they caused the collapse of entire regions. Kel and the rebel cities of its protectorate had no choice but to call for a truce and fight the creatures that threatened to engulf them. But the Kellian legions, just like the mages of Gadlurok and the engineers of the Plans and Mechanism Guild, proved powerless. All seemed lost. A glimmer of hope came from the ancient Druidic clans. They renounced their sacred principles to create, with blood and forbidden incantations, plant abominations, the only effective rampart against the Burrs. Thus began the reign of the Necrodruids. The War of the Worms has lasted for nearly 50 cycles, and is...
I'm sorry. The Necrodruids?
The Necrodruids.
I know what I want to be when I grow up now.
Oh
my god, yes.
The War of the Worms has lasted for nearly 50 cycles and has irreparably disfigured the world. Despite their best efforts, the Necrodruids and what remains of the Kel Protectorate have been unable to stop the Worm Master, who remains unaccounted for. The Collapsing Lands, as they are now called, are drowned in a haze of dust thrown up by the Burrs. Plant monstrosities have spread, sometimes out of control, threatening the few surviving communities they were meant to protect. It is a citadel. It is in a citadel, each Necrodruid's seat of power, that you are now exhausting yourself to care for these sacrilegious plant creations. As a slave gardener, you're waiting for one thing only: death by accident or exhaustion that will free you from this life of suffering. Introduction.
That was pretty cool. I enjoyed that intro.
We're not done yet. We're not there. We're choosing a character shortly.
I did enjoy that, though.
How long have you been in the Citadel? You've lost track of the cycles. Each cycle is a year, by the way. The absence of a door at the entrance to your cell gives you a false sense of freedom within the tower, and occasionally leads you to forget that you are nothing more than a prisoner. You wake up to a bitingly cold morning, bathed in pale sunlight. Another long day of hard labor awaiting you at the sacred grove. One more day added to your interminable sentence, and one less left of your life. Who knows? Perhaps this one will be your last. Suppressing a shudder, you think of that apprentice gardener whose silly antics were a welcome source of amusement just yesterday. But now his mangled arm, torn from its socket, is fertilizing the plants to which he used to tend. The reckless boy had been clearing the ground next to a sardonyte, mistaking it for a rose of torment, without seeking assistance from a harvester. It has been drilled into you that the abominations created by the Necrodruids protect the Citadel and the remains of the Kel Protectorate from the Burrs. The belief is that one day they will help you win the war that has wrought chaos and decimated the once green and populous landscape. You have little choice but to place your belief in these stories, since you have not seen the outside world since your imprisonment. Hey, enough daydreaming. The ground trembles and rumbles more than usual. A sudden violent blast throws you to the floor, shaking the Citadel of Necrodruid Ninidazir to its very foundations. The southeast wall with its dozens of cells is torn asunder. Screaming prisoners can be heard over the thunderous collapse as they plummet to the chasm below. Somewhere beyond the cloud of dust and the creaking pile of debris, additional explosions and streaks of strangely colored lightning flash across the sky. Amidst the acrid smoke burning your eyes and throat, you can see the faint outlines of the other prisoners rushing out of your cell. A shrill ringing fills your ears, and your heart beats so fast that you feel as if it might burst. You have no idea what just happened, but your instinct bells at you to get out of here as soon as possible. Gritting your teeth, you tense your muscles, ready to run. Welcome to the introductory scenario of the 7th Citadel. Right about now, we'd go ahead and choose a character. We've already done that, but what we do need to do is, because you've chosen Kasek over here, you need card 225. Okay, we're going to give you card 225 over here for a second. Give me 1 sec to go find this. And then on my end, I'm going to be getting card 275. We'll have you read the back of that while I get card 275.
Should we read the character descriptions?
You can read your character
So
description. Oh, that
into
seems
it?
reasonable. That seems reasonable.
Because I feel like this is getting a piece without the beginning.
That seems reasonable. So, going through the character descriptions, you have Kasek.
Do you want me to read?
Sure.
Kasek joined the ranks of the last legion of the bow, driven by the sense of duty as well as desire for wealth. The plains of Nazibe, the Sunset Mountains, the new forest of Chartumak, countless incomparable battlefields, combat prowess as well as staunch bravery were traits that caught the attention of top leadership. Along with some 60 other elite soldiers, Kasek was sent on a suicide mission that was supposed to mark a turning point in the war. The battalion ventured far into the subterranean abysses of Aber Ahmed, which was commonly regarded as the cradle of evil. After being ambushed and suffering significant injuries, Kasek managed to return to the camp accompanied by only 2 other survivors. No one knew how they made it back, and the reports and tales of their experiences were disturbing enough to see them all detained and thrown into the Citadel. To this day, Kasek cannot sleep without picturing what transpired, with thoughts that constantly search for an explanation that might ease the resentment. If you choose this character, you may take 225.
Name your card.
Alright. Why? This question has haunted you along the road to the Citadel, and now it sneaks into your dreams. What did you do or see on your final mission that could have led your commanders to commit such an injustice? Although you have tried to suppress your thoughts through hard labor, you know you will only find peace if you understand the reasoning behind the sordid affair. But where to start? I assume I should read this right?
Go for it.
In search of answers. Even if Ribic and the Owl, the only 2 surviving legionnaires, know something you do not, they have, at best, been taken to one of the other citadels, and you certainly will not discover the truth by remaining locked up. If you manage to leave this place, your best hope is probably in Aber Ahmed. But what are your chances of surviving that? After all, 57 others, some of whom were more valiant and seasoned than you, all met a brutal, premature end in that place. When you read a dialogue mentoring Aber Ahmed, take a card whose number is equal to the number of your terrain card plus 280 if available.
Interesting.
ABERAMID. It's like a place.
Aber Ahmed. Denim. Then to friends and trusted confidence, was still a child when the first citadel was built, and knew those who had experienced the golden age of Kel. Denham is one of the rare people to have entered the Citadel willingly, having seen family and friends swallowed up by the ground, claiming the lives of their soulmate and 3 children. Regarded as a fountain of knowledge and wisdom by the gardeners, Denham has become a leader to the community of prisoners. Despite not holding the Necrodruids in the highest esteem, Denham's hatred for the burrowers and the master, whoever they may be, is even greater and provides all the necessary energy needed to endure the daily toils. A new inmate recently arrived at the Citadel, and the fool forgot to wear his leather gloves, scratching himself on the spine of a belligerent. It took only a few hours for his hand to become completely necrotic. From your bunk, you can see him out of the corner of your eye, writhing in agony, powerless. His breath is shallow and his face gaunt as he battles the feverish hallucinations. Filled with pity, you decide to offer a few words of comfort. As you approach, you notice a pendant dangling loosely around his sweat-drenched neck. Blood ties. You recognize that necklace anywhere. Impossible. You gave it to your youngest daughter shortly before she was buried alive.
What?
When your village was engulfed by the burrowers. Interrogating the dying man, he reveals that he had bartered food for this necklace with some former fishermen on the shores of the bottomless sea. Your heart beats wildly. Could your beloved Senna still be alive? You untie the necklace and quickly slip it into a pocket in your apron. Man will not need it where he is going. And this gives me this little tag over here, and this tag will be relevant for some cards. So cards will have some certain icons or flags on them, and that will let me choose one of those.
That is... Your daughter was buried alive?
I didn't know she was alive. She seemed dead.
I don't think so. I think it's saying they buried her alive. Like, to be mean. Did you bury her?
Shortly before she was buried alive. Oh, you're right. Oh, no, you're right.
They did that to you. They did you dirty.
Wow, someone's going to pay. Anyways, so the next thing you do over here is you're going to compose your action deck. You're going to grab all the cards that have your character's letters. So you have C, I have D. All the cards to show you in the top left corner over there. You're also going to choose 5 cards that have an X. Now you could choose. Yeah, go ahead. You could go ahead and choose them specifically. You can choose them randomly. You can go with their preset recommendations for the X's you're going to add to your deck over there. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and give ourselves life points. We are playing a 2-player game, so we get 20 life points each on our dial. So if you want to go ahead and do that. Set your dial to 20, and then from there we're going to draw 2 cards on our action deck, and we are going to take 10 and put it into play. So card 10 is going to be put into play right now, and that's going to be our starting card. And then basically I think that's everything we need to start. Yeah, we can obtain up to 7 Hope Reborn cards. We cannot use the Citadel Leaflet. There's a bunch of things we're not using yet, and you may not even see them come into play in this scenario because we're starting off entry. This is going to be where we store the evolution of the board. You have things that's tucked into these areas here. So you have an evolving map that stays still, although now this can go off to the side for right now.
Okay.
And we're going to go ahead, and this is going to be our character journal, which will track various progress points. There's a few of these in the game, so you can track a whole bunch of things as you go through the game and just make all these various markings. So this, in a sense, is a legacy.
Exciting.
Oh, there's lots to uncover.
I'm excited.
Well, we're not going to explore most of this in the intro scenario. But with that said, we can go ahead and flip through 10.
If the other one is 5 times, over 5 times.
Your cell measures barely 15 feet across. Your cellmates are shoving each other to get out before the upper floor collapses into your cell. On the other side, the room opens into the void, into the chaos of the garden below. A definitive way out for your fellow inmates whose exhaustion and despair have driven them to end it all. And we're going to go ahead and flip this, and we're going to just go ahead and zoom in a drop, just so we can start off nice and zoomed in, although that will very quickly change. So, right about now, our characters are on this board. The way the game plays out is, for the most part, the general idea of what you're doing is you have opportunities to explore different things. The blue number corresponds to how many cards you have to draw from your deck, which is basically your energy over here. You're operating with limited energy. And then the yellow number, the star, is how many successes you need. These are 3 different types of actions. Each action type has a different symbol to it, and different cards. So, for example, I've drawn these 2 cards. I can go ahead and lend these as successes to certain icons over here if they had matching types. Or in the case of this one, I can add it to anything, but it doesn't really matter because these are all instant successes. So I don't feel the need to contribute any extra abilities to them. They're all 0/0s, which means you just do the action. For the sake of simplicity, everything is shown that way, but that's the main idea. We're exploring. And so, Meg, where do you want to go? Or do? And by default, we go back and forth taking actions, but at any point you can pass and just have the other person do whatever.
Why don't you go first?
I will go ahead and check out this room to our left. So that's going to be card 15. So I'm going to grab card 15 right now.
So now, I believe the way this card is set up, Alex, because there's nothing here, that means this must be like more of... Ooh, I probably am moving us out of where we're zoomed in. But that has to be a bottom, right?
Well, I mean, it doesn't mean things can't loop around otherwise.
Oh, gosh, okay.
But in theory, for right now, you can start there right now.
Exciting.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and draw card 15. Dozens of prisoners run past your cell. You're about to run after one of them when a terrible crash deafens you. Tons of stones have dropped into the corridor, filling the space with thick, billowing dust. Wailing and cries for help echo throughout the corridor. This over here is attached to this card. This gives us a specific action over here. We could draw 1 card. We need 0 successes. And if we succeed, which we will because you need 0 successes, normally it'll show you a white box and a black box. Black box is failure, white box is success, but because you need 0 successes, it's guaranteed success. So we can take this action over here. You rush out of your cell after your fellow inmates. No matter what happens, you swear you will never set foot in there again. Discard this and replace it with 15. Okay, so we can. This is an action we can do. We don't have to do it yet.
Okay. So you revealed the card, but you didn't move down.
I'm not doing it yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now is it my turn?
Yeah, in theory, again, we can pass back and forth, but...
Do you think I should just go activate that?
Whatever you want.
Alright. So...
Follow your heart.
For me to move, I have to discard, correct?
To move, well, you don't move on to this card. You move on to terrain cards. This card is attached to this card.
I see.
So you do it from here.
All right. So I will do that. So I have to do at least a card.
So
but
you draw a card and discard it.
Okay.
Yep. That goes into discard over there. And then normally the way it works when you're drawing cards is these stars are going to be successes. You need half stars combined to a full success, or you could have full stars. Yep, exactly. That would be a full success right there. Well, although you can't see it because we're zoomed out. There we go. That would be a full success right there. But in this case, it doesn't matter because we need 0 successes. It's just burning through our energy, effectively. So we replace it with another 15 card. Now, the way the game works in general is very often when you'll have multiple cards, you'll often have a yellow card behind a green card, but you have to go through the green card first. This card called for 15, but now it wants the next 15. Replace it with a 15 card. Each involved character moves their figure onto it. Oh, each involved character. So you by default move onto it.
Great.
Okay. So... You enter the corridor that runs along the cells of the upper floor. The ceiling has collapsed on the north side, forever sealing access to the part of the Citadel. Breathing heavily, with your eyes watering from the thick dust, you make your way forward. Are you on your own?
It feels like we might be
separate from me?
I didn't mean to. I mean, that's what it sounds like, but maybe not.
Wait, can we not move from zone to zone? We should be able to. 1 second. You enter the corridor that runs along the cells. The ceiling has collapsed northwest. Breathing heavily, with your eyes watering, you make your way forward. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. So the tricky part now is I have to decide whether I want to join you here because
okay,
effectively.
But actually, Alex, sorry, but look at how the artwork it finishes.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's flowing.
It's a thing. It's a thing. We're gonna get into it.
I'm a little impressed.
This over here is a mandatory action, which means once we're on here, you're all going to have to move off. So it seems like we're a little stuck there. The tricky part is I could try to engage with these other actions, or I can move to you.
That's up to you. Do you think it's dangerous to be apart?
I think I'm going to start by taking an action to discover some of these things first, but try not to move off the tile if you can afford not to.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do 12 now on this other side. So I'm going to find 12. Let's go ahead and find 12 over here. Grab that card out, and we got 12. You walk to the back of the cell and stand at the ledge above the void. As you glance down to the sacred grove in the center of the garden, a gust of wind nearly makes you lose your balance. Looking up, you are speechless at the scene unfolding before your eyes. A gaping hole has been torn in the wall of the Citadel, which is now gutted. Okay, so I'm starting to understand this more. This was our cell. This is the hallway. That's what I'm understanding over here. So this is outside where everything got destroyed, and this is the hallway where all the prisoners are running past.
Right.
You are shocked by this terrible sight, but a spark of hope awakens in you. Freedom finally seems within reach, so long as you can escape this place in one piece. Immediately after this is revealed, if an involved converse has a card with the keyword cumbersome, I don't believe I do, none of my cards have the keyword cumbersome, then take a 17. Otherwise, take a 99. So we're going to go ahead and take a 99 over here. And that's going to be Hope Reborn. Hope Reborn right now. So we have this one over here. Anytime you may go ahead, we'll show this card over here, because we're working with limited space. You may block, and anytime you may block this and all of your other Hope Reborn cards so that the characters share 10 life points. Ooh. Okay. So we're going to hold on to this over here. This should not count against our hand limit as a green card over there. Generally, your action cards, you do have a hand limit, but your green cards are less so. And so that's the card I did over there. Although I think this just stays here. I don't think this comes off. This is just attached there. So the question is, do you want to investigate something, or should I go do 14? Or
I don't know. If we're worried that something might happen that locks us away, like I'm happy to do something. I just don't want us to get separated.
Oh, I apologize. We're supposed to be putting down a number card over here.
There's two.
There's two. Yeah, I forgot to put them down. So we're gonna go ahead and put down 2 cards over here from our deck. They're going to go there. So now we already have things spreading out a bit more. And
I mean, I'm happy to walk away from you if you think.
Well, you could also. There's also this 18
fine.
over here if you want to investigate that.
Okay, sure. And that's just for free.
It is for free, but keep in mind, sometimes things you do have consequences.
Yeah, I don't want to do it. I'm scared. You do whatever you're gonna do first, and then I'll go to one of these.
I think. See, there's a part of me that wants to explore everything. And there's a part of me, whenever there's a game like this that lets you.
Do 18? Fine.
No. Well, I was saying you.
Fine.
I was referring to 14 over here.
Alright, do 18 first.
Okay, 18. So for me, what I was going to say is when a game gives me the ability. When a game gives me the ability. Well, I hadn't finished my sentence. When a game gives me the ability to not explore things, there's a part of me that wants to say, I'm not going to explore everything. Okay? You built the system. Don't give me the options if you don't mean it. So I almost want to not explore everything. But that's counted the part of me that wants to explore everything. And it's go ahead and read 18.
A gardener lies face down on the floor, moaning as he attempts to pull himself free from the rocks that have crushed his legs, leaving him in torturous agony. I found just some worker here. Okay. The man stretches out his scrawny arm in your direction, giving you a pleading look. You somehow manage to... Oh, so now I test, I believe.
Oh, this is going to be... Okay, great. So over here, you're going to go ahead and chain over here. So
At least 2 cards and I need 3 successes.
Correct.
And I can add cards from my hand or no?
You can add cards from your hand. No, you cannot add cards from your hand. You can use abilities from cards from your hand. You cannot add them.
Okay, so...
Yeah. Now the thing...
I can do something during the consequence step, but that would be after I already fail.
Now the chain action, the chain icon over here, this icon here, just means that you are limited to using, you could draw 2+ cards, but you can only benefit from 2 cards. So meaning, in other words, if you chose to draw 3 cards, you could still only use 2 cards.
Am I gonna get 3 successes?
You can choose, so you can draw how many cards you want, because you can always draw more. But in this case, even though she could draw 4, she can only use 2 cards.
That's still really hard to do.
Do you
That's one that has to at least have 1 and then a match. What does this do?
Which one? That one won't be useful for the action because it's not strength-based action. What's the other one? See, this one would have been. This is simply discard this for a star.
I know. That was one that got discarded.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll do 3 cards.
So you're going to draw? It's your life force. You do what you want with it.
What would you do? For this gardener?
Well, let's look at this here. If you fail, you lack the strength to pull the man up and decide to press on with other fugitives. Yeah, so you're going to take a 0... So you will take a 0/0/1 card.
What's that? Is it...
Don't know yet, but probably some form of, like, I don't know, lack of morale.
Alright, I'm going to draw 4.
You're going to draw 4 cards? Oh, yeah, cool.
Before you were acting like that wasn't that bad.
No, do what you want.
Alright. 1,
2, yikes.
3,
4. You are not able to succeed.
Why? That's so hard.
Yeah.
That stinks.
You do get to keep one of those cards, though. So, you lack the strength to pull the man to safety and decide to press on with the other fugitives before you meet the same fate. Poor wretch. In any case, you try to convince yourself that he is not yet long for this world. You're going to go ahead and keep one of the cards. That's one of the consequences over here. So, you keep 1 card, and then you're going to go ahead and take a 0/0/1 card and discard this.
I might be able to stop that. That's the thing I might be able to stop from this. It says, during the consequences step, shuffle the card you have revealed back into your action deck instead of discarding it. Discard this. So this would go shuffled into here. What did it say? Let me see it.
Doing the consequence step, shuffle a hand card you revealed back in deck. That's not going to be this card. Not going to be this one. It would be a basic card. Yeah. You are barely able to stand and would not mind resting for a few hours on a straw mattress, no matter how dirty it is. You are exhausted. Immediately after this revealed, if you are already exhausted, lose 6 cards and return this. Otherwise, you can take a rest action to return this. If you take a rest action, draw 4 cards, keep 1, and return this card. So that's if you're exhausted. And we're going to start zooming out already, I think, because we're going to run out of table space very quickly. Okay?
I see. I understand what this is now. This card, I can discard to shuffle one of these back in.
Yep.
And I think I am going to do that because I think that this one is worth...
The 3-star one?
I was going to do this one because I can put this to my hand. But that doesn't help me.
The stars are only relevant in another deck.
I will shuffle this one back in.
Okay.
And then 1 gets to come to my hand.
Yep. Alright, that's your action. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and take my action. So, I am going to look at 14, even though part of me wants to kind of ignore things, but I will
these 2 get discarded.
Look at 14 anyway. Alright, so let me just find this here. We got 14, and we're going to check this. Another tremor violently shakes the Citadel, bringing dirt and debris crashing down from the ceiling. The air is thick with dust, but you can make out a body buried under the rubble. Grunting with effort, you manage to pull it free. You recognize Taja, an affable girl who has shared your cell for several cycles. She is unconscious, her brown hair thick with blood from a nasty gash on her forehead. Bending over here, you can hear the faint sound of her breathing. The other prisoners fled without a second thought. Will you carry Taja away to safety or leave her to her gruesome fate? Okay, so I could go ahead and test this over here. Test strength. You gently lift her unconscious body and hoist her over your shoulder. I will go ahead and do it. I'm going to lift Taja. So I'm going to go ahead and draw 2 cards. I will keep one of those cards because of the consequence step over here. Ooh, look at this resting step over here. You may discard this to apply the following. I'm going to keep Determination. Determination is going to go in my hand over here. I'll lose this one over here to my discard. And then I'm going to go ahead and succeed. I will take an 11 card and banish this. So let me just find an 11. And give me 1 second. 11. We're going to go ahead and take 11. Unconscious Taja. Your body aches with fatigue. Doing the consequence step. Oh, when I move. Oh my gosh.
It's not good?
Because I'm holding her. Whenever I move. Okay, I'm carrying Taja, which is what it is. Whenever I take a move action, I lose 2 cards.
Our decisions are really affecting the game.
It happens. Okay, we're going to banish this over here. We're going to put this... Do we banish any other cards? I feel we banished another card.
I have a discard here.
Oh, yes. These get banished. Okay. Yep. We'll deal with the banishing pile later. Okay. Well, now that I have unconscious Taja, who I'm carrying around, I probably shouldn't have picked her up. I will go ahead and move to your spot.
Okay.
So, I do get to pay 1 less. In general, whenever you're moving, it costs 1 by default. You have this action on you to pay 1 and move. But if you're moving to another person, you can pay 1 less. So I'm going to pay 1 less and go to you. But then, because I moved, doing the consequence step, I can go ahead and, I must go ahead and discard 2 cards, which I do not love. Okay.
No, that's not good at all.
Okay. That is not great at all, indeed. Okay. That's that. Now, there is a whole element of giving up your life points to draw cards back into your deck or to shuffle cards back into your deck. So if you do ever have cards that you discard, you can shuffle them back into your deck by giving up life points. Okay. And with that, I think it's time for you to go ahead and take an action.
Well, are we now doing the action where we spread the mandatory thing?
Well, now we can do, so the options, we've kind of done a little bit of everything here.
Can we go separate, though, from each other?
So you'd flip this. The action is right now is just flipping this.
Okay.
So currently we're just flipping these. Sometimes when you flip things, you have an immediate consequence. Other times not.
Let's do 31.
Okay, go ahead.
Where is Walda? Instead of Waldo, it's Walda.
Yeah.
You ran into a prisoner crawling around, making strange little squeaks. Poor man, it was the lockup that must have made him lose his mind. Or perhaps he took a rock to the head. You ask him why he is not running away to safety, and he explains quite lucidly that his best friend Walda, a mouse with an ashy coat, got scared and ran off. He begs you to help him find her. It says Moush, M-O-U-S-H, and I'm not sure if that's a typo or if that's a creature.
Creature.
And then now I believe I have to do this.
Okay. What's the question? Oh,
I need 4 successes now.
With only 2 cards? Well, do you have any cards in your hand that benefit from my actions? Or if you have an objective card that is objective number 1.
Okay, so I do have this, which is at any time during the result step, draw 1 or 2 additional cards and reveal them. Okay. But is that not this?
Let me just take a look and see. No, that would be work. So you have option draw 2 cards and get 4 successes, or 1 and 1 if you have an objective card. That is objective number 1. How do I know if it's objective number 1? Because we have Hope Reborn, but I don't think that's the objective card. I don't believe so. Okay. Okay. So I believe you have to go ahead.
Do I have a choice to wait?
I don't think so. And not in this case.
I'm going to draw 4 cards. I need 4 stars. I would have to have...
Keep in mind, you don't have to succeed. You can just fail.
And so I can only submit 2 cards for this?
Correct, because it's a chain action.
Oh my god.
Which means you're probably not going to be able to do it.
What does the chain action mean?
It means you can only, even if you chose to draw 4 cards, you can only count 2 of them. It's okay if you don't find Walda.
Alright, do I have to draw 2 cards? At least?
Yes.
Alright, I'll draw 2.
Okay.
Okay.
That was definitely not a success. And you don't keep any of those either, unfortunately.
Alright, and then it's banished.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Ah!
It does say it's like finding a needle in a haystack, unless you had objective number 1, which, again, I don't think we do. But either way.
No, I feel like it would have been a hint, so I think we would know.
Yeah. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and choose to flip this card over here. We're going to flip this and see what happens in this one. Damnation! A dark squash stands right in the middle of the passageway. It has spat its deadly seeds all over the place. It would be best to avoid stepping on any of them if you value your feet. Count how many seeds lay on the ground and take the corresponding card. If you do not take the right card, you step on a seed and it explodes from contact. Ooh. Okay, so how many seeds are on the ground?
Well, so here's the thing, right?
Not all of them are on the ground.
Right. Well, and that's a reflection.
Is that?
Yeah.
Is it a mirror?
I think it's the wall or a mirror.
Either it's not on the ground.
It's clearly a reflection.
Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
I also counted 21.
Okay, so let's go ahead and find 21.
But, let's be sure about this.
Go ahead. Tell me if I'm right.
I'm trying to see if there's any hiding behind the words or something sneaky.
Okay.
But I do believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Unless you want to say that one's on top of the other one, but I don't think it is. So. Alright.
So, fun fact, the way these puzzles work is when you're doing a puzzle and you're looking for an answer, you specifically want to make sure that the card you find has this on the bottom. This symbol means this card is correct from a puzzle. That avoids you accidentally drawing the wrong card. If we count to 20, we don't spoil ourselves and be like, oh my gosh, there's 20. If we had thought it was 20, if we did think that card was on top, we would have drawn a card that looked like this, and we would know it's not the right answer because it doesn't have this is the answer to a puzzle. Okay? That basically means we can go ahead and flip this. You pick your way through the seeds, making sure not to step on any one of these explosive traps. After passing through the obstacle course, you breathe a sigh of relief. Take a 49 and a 150 card.
Woo!
You can go and look at that.
Glimmer of hope.
Okay.
Are these all the same?
I don't know. We have you are focused. So we have two things over here. We have focus
I'm
and
sorry,
glimmer
I
of hope.
thought it was the one that you had, but yours is Hope Reborn.
Yeah, no, that's different.
It says at any time I can return 5 Glimmer of Hope cards to take a 99 card.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Okay. Then over here we have this one. You are focused. With your sense on alert, you are ready for any eventuality. At any time you may choose to return this to return a you are confused card. Okay? Or you can just choose one card in your discard pile and your action deck and add it to your hand. Okay. So let's stay over here. And then from there, we can go ahead and... Oh, I apologize. I forgot to put down card 31 and card 19. When you resolve these effects over here, you're going to put down the card number shown there. So we should have a 31 and 19 in play, which we'll have for you in a second. So here's 31, if you want to read the back of that, Meg.
The door in front of you leads to the room used to store the gardening tools, which would increase your chances of survival. Every day, the overseer, a taciturn man with rather odorous breath, distributed the tools to the gardeners and ensured that they were all returned in the same condition.
Okay.
The heavy door is double locked, which is hardly surprising. If prisoners have access to this room, they might use the tools for something other than gardening. Would I have tested this immediately back when that was revealed?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I have 19. You make your way down the corridor, leaning against the walls to avoid collapsing with each new tremor. It is as if you know every slab, having walked these halls for far too many cycles. At dawn to the garden, at nightfall, exhausted back to your cell. Strangely, you feel a mix of worry and relief as you walk through this familiar setting. By the end of the day, there will likely be nothing left of this place. Okay. So, we can now choose how we want to activate. What's this over here? 1 second.
It's getting into the gardening shed to get tools.
Okay. And
Which I do think would be helpful.
Yeah, we need 3 successes on a 2-card test again.
Yeah.
These things are... Although I have determination, I can do it.
Yeah, you certainly do.
Should I go ahead and get the gardening tools?
Sure.
Alright, so I'll go ahead and test the gardening tools. I will draw 3 cards for safety's sake. Okay, I'm going to draw 3 cards and test 3 against that. And we have 1... How many do we need again? 3? I can't do it, can I?
Yeah.
I cannot do
3
it.
is a
What do I
lot.
have over here? Oh no! Did I fail this test? This task is tougher than you imagine. So the task doesn't go away. The task stays there, and I can choose one of these cards to keep.
3 is a lot.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'll keep acrobatics for the future. And these cards I'll discard, and I can try it again. It's a little bit annoying, but I can try it again. I'll go ahead and do that.
I would do 4 cards. You need 3 stars.
Oh wait, I have a hand size. 1 second, I need to be mindful of the hand size.
I thought it was... Oh no, it's 3.
No. So 1 second, I need to think about this.
These things don't count, right?
Correct.
Do you want me to take a turn?
No, I'll discard this one. Yeah, if you want to, you can go ahead.
I'm gonna leave, so I don't know if you want
Oh,
me. Because if it brings you into that room, you can move back to where I am for free, so should I wait?
Yeah, I guess so. So fine, let me test it again. Okay, so I'm gonna test it again with, again, 3 cards, hoping for the best over here.
Because you can add 1.
Yes.
Okay.
We have 1, perfect. 2,
Okay.
perfect. 3, we don't even need to.
Wow,
We
that's
don't even
cool.
need to. Beautiful.
That's insane.
Alright, so
That's
3
a little
successes
crazy.
over here. Then the question is, do I want to keep one of these? Because the problem is I have a limited hand size. So we got our success over here. 2 cards, 3 tests. I don't even need to discard my card, which is great because it's a really good card. I think I'm going to shuffle up the 2 cards you revealed back into the action deck instead of discarding them. You know what? I think I will keep this. Okay. I like that. I like anticipation. You can get these good cards back. Okay. That's that. So we succeed. We're going to go ahead and banish this, replace it with a 31 card. So the next 31 card is coming out.
Goodness.
Oh my gosh, it might be things you can get that are sharp and shiny.
I think
Does
they
somebody
will
want
be.
to take an action now and move into that room? You push open the door to the storage room where an earthy, dampy stench fills the air. Several shadow weeds give off a pale, light blue glow. Okay.
Oh, interesting. I thought... Interesting. There's a lot going on in that room.
You should take time to make sure to inspect these cards because they can have secret numbers in them.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me take a look then. I don't believe there's any here.
More often than not, there isn't. I usually don't go too crazy.
I know, I feel like this is the right room for it, though.
Or there could be just actual things to find.
Alright, I guess I'll move into there.
You wander in?
Sure.
Okay.
Do you want to fix us?
So, I'm over here, and you're going into there. Spend a card, and done.
Okay. Great, I love that it was a good one again.
Alright. And I vote you go again, because I think I should give you the option to stay. I should try to move as low as possible.
I'll do 23.
Okay. 23.
So I can just do it for free, right?
Yes, indeed.
These things make me nervous that they're all for free.
Everything should make you nervous in this game. A section of ceiling has collapsed in another corner of the room. Looking through the opening above your head, you can make out the angular shape of a piece of furniture hidden in the shadows of what appears to be a bedroom. Go ahead and do the honors.
The opening is too narrow for you to slip into the room on the floor above, but if you try hard enough, you should be able to squeeze your arm through. Okay.
I'm glad you went. You have the smaller arm.
I mean...
Do you have the keyword weakness? You do have the keyword weakness.
Where?
Uh-oh.
Where?
This thing over here.
Oh, no.
So now you need 4 successes instead of the 2 beforehand.
I do have, so what kind of test is this?
Oh, so the good news is this does not look like you have to test it right away. So that's helpful because you could choose to get rid of this first.
When would I rest? It's just taking an action?
What, to get rid of this?
To rest?
This you just need to spend, you're just taking the action over here for. Whenever you take this action, you can return this, and this is one of the ways to take this action. So you can draw 4 cards, you'll keep 1, and get rid of exhausted.
I need to?
You don't need to. You can get 4 successes instead.
Well, here's the thing. I can draw an extra card, so maybe I can. But
Whatever
I guess at some point I'm going to want to get rid of this. I don't know.
I tend to lean that way, but...
Alright, fine.
Okay.
So I
you
just
draw
discard
4 and you'll keep 1.
Oh, okay.
Flight. Fortitude. Improvise.
So that one's really...
And we return this. Card 001 goes back to the deck. And you keep one of those cards for the future, respecting your hand size of 3.
So now I'll try to do that test.
Okay.
So I have to draw 4.
You have to draw a minimum of 4, and you have to get 2 successes, which seems doable.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I already
1,
got 1. 2. I already got it, because I can do this.
Boom, you already got, but you still have to keep going. Alright. Your hand touches what appears to be the leg of a reading desk. Feeling around, you find a book that has fallen on the floor. You manage to grab it with your fingertips before stepping down. Take a 50 card and banish this.
Look at how those chain together.
Oh, that would be great. That is excellent. Alright, take a 50 card. You have a 50. What's 50? 50 is a capped Alante.
Now, I don't get to keep any from that one, or do I?
You do not.
The 4 one?
The 4 you just drew, no. Okay. But you do get this capped Alante over here, which is going to be helpful for an eating. It gives you an eating action.
Okay.
So that's going to be helpful, probably to get cards back.
It's a mushroom.
Yeah, it's food. It's energy. Does it give you... There's a look at the... What does it give you back?
For each one card you have, take a 54 card.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Do you want to do more things while you're in the room?
No, you can do stuff.
Well, if I can't... I'm trying not to move right now because when I move...
Oh, I see.
I'm kind of like just holding on to
unconscious. There's nothing else for you to do? Okay. I guess I'll keep going then.
30 or 42?
30.
30. We're going to investigate card 30 and see what we got. Okay.
I'm running out of cards, though.
That is the thing. You can exchange life points to draw cards back. Here's card 30.
3.
Go ahead and read that. You have 3 cards
I
left?
have 3 cards left.
Dear Lord.
In a most military fashion, the Overseer is a former legionnaire. After all, a few iron tools are organized on a rack. Sieves, baskets, and buckets hang from the wall as well. Spade, hoe, rake, you cannot decide which of these tools would be the most useful. Take a 39 card. I can do it for free.
Okay.
I mean, kind of. It also has this symbol, which is a key.
That just means it attaches to this over here.
Okay.
The card you drew it on is going to come from that angle. Okay.
Alright. A hoe. A useful gardening tool for loosening earth and cutting through roots. If sharpened, it can also slice through flesh.
Okay. Now, the tricky part is, I don't see a reason why you can't keep drawing more 39 cards.
Do I have a limit to how much I can hold?
Your limit's probably going to be, this is an item over here. Mm-hmm. You have a maximum, a total limit of 7. But 7 total, like for example, I'm holding Taja, who counts as 3.
Yeah, but I only have 2.
Yeah. Would you like to draw more various items?
I guess, sure.
Which one do you want first? I checked. There are 2 more.
Flail! A flail is an agricultural tool?
Maybe.
It says an agricultural tool used for threshing grass, grain, and anyone who might stand in your way.
This next one's
Today
definitely...
I learned that it wasn't a ninja weapon first and foremost. Okay.
Technically, a ninja weapon is a nunchuck. Flail's more of a military thing.
Yeah, but I don't know. Do they also have
Actually...
flails? Axe. A tool reserved for the harvesters at the Citadel. Cutting down a tree is a job for anyone. But when the tree starts to hit back, that's a job for the harvesters. Okay. Alright.
Okay.
I'm a little bit stronger now.
A little bit stronger.
So now do I keep doing things?
Well, yeah, this is going to be the 30.
So yeah, I have 5 things right now. Yeah, so I'll do whatever's left. Is it 42?
Yes.
42. But again, I only have 3 cards left.
Yeah, so at any point you can give up life points to get 2 cards back per life point.
Do I get to pick them?
You get to pick them, but they shuffle into your deck.
Yeah, but if the deck's like 1 card left.
You do have some control of that, yeah.
Yeah. Several barrels stand against the wall and a number of hemp sacks lie on the floor. The barrels are empty with a hard shovel. The barrels are empty. With a hard shove, you could roll over one to use as support. Your attention is drawn to the bags, apparently filled with compost. Strangely, one of them seems to be quivering. It's an animal, I bet. Animal.
It's Walda.
Animal. For free, I get the 35 card. Let's go.
Would you like to
do
do
I have
that?
to do whatever? I don't know what this means.
Ooh, okay. This over here, interesting. Oh, you can do climbing onto this? Interesting. So this will give you a climbing action. No, if you're doing a climbing action, take a 35 card. Let's go ahead and take a 35 card and see how this plays out. I believe what it's going to do is it's going to give you a climbing action and a climbing modifier. I believe. Maybe not. Oh.
Okay.
Nothing.
It's not that bad.
No, it's not
You
at all.
kick the bag, releasing a centipede the size of your forearm, which quickly scuttles off toward the stack of barrels. In one fell swoop, you seize it and slice its head off. I was like, it's not that bad, it's bugs. I love bugs.
Go ahead.
That's really upsetting. Okay, before it can bite you with its venomous fangs, whatever. It is still wriggling as you slip it discreetly into your apron pocket. You would rather not have to share this prize catch with another gardener.
Prize catch.
A forearm-sized centipede. Weird. Oh, okay, here it is. Shiny centipede. Your mouth is watering at the prospect of devouring this snack.
It's a harsh life we live.
A forearm-sized centipede is a snack? Like, can you imagine eating it like it's a sub?
Yeah, it's not a snack. It's a full meal. You're right. That's the issue.
Right? That's what I'm picturing.
That's the issue.
It's another eating one.
Okay.
One evolved character may draw 5 and discard those.
That's going to be pulling back 5 cards from the discard to your deck.
Wow, that's great.
So you have 5 cards again now.
Should I do that now?
Go for it if you want to.
Or should I wait? I think I should spend... Can I spend all 3 and then put more into my deck? Or if my deck is empty, does something, like...
Try not to have your deck get empty.
Like, can I be at 0?
I have to double check the exact sequence of what plays out, but I think you could be. I
And
have to
then
double check
put a
it.
5
Yeah.
in? I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
Like a little
Okay.
I don't want to eat my centipede.
Do you want to head back to my tile then?
Although he is a thing, so let me see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm holding 6 things. Yeah, sure, I'll move back to you.
See, I am bothered by something, and I'm not sure if I'm missing something or not.
I know.
But there's barrels to stand on. That tells me that there's a modifying action to the barrels. If we were to climb right now... Yeah, this bothers me. Because this action says, if we climb right now, you can climb at 2 less cards and get a success.
Mm-hmm.
But what are we climbing?
Mm-hmm.
None of the actions here are climbing actions. Which means unless there's a hidden number somewhere that I'm missing... I don't know.
Like, okay. I don't know if they would do this and be this crazy.
Yeah.
But the only thing I can think is, like, if you look right here, those notches look like they're really in it. Do you think it could be, like, 22?
No, it's usually
Like,
direct
notch.
numbers.
Okay. It wouldn't just be that.
It does make me feel like I'm missing something. And someone's going to comment down below what that
The way
thing
those
is.
notches are make me feel like...
Because the whole point is you got +1 success to being able to do that.
Like, if we think that could be 22, are we allowed to just look?
Nope, I figured it out.
Oh.
When you were climbing there. You could have drawn... If we had looked at the barrels first, you would have done that less.
I got you.
Okay, so the person
That
who commented...
makes sense. Okay.
We gotcha. Okay. Okay. If you want to return back to my card, you can do so with no cards drawn.
Sure.
Alright, so back to my card, and now I think I'll go ahead and expend cards because I have more cards than you to go ahead and move to this zone down here. So I'm going to expend a card to go ahead and move, and then because I moved, I have to go ahead and discard 2 cards. That's my penalty.
How do you get rid of that?
I drop her, I guess. I can probably drop her, but I feel like if they gave me her, then I have the time to get something done.
Something's got to happen.
Right. And then I'm gonna go ahead and we should put down we should put down a number card over there. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and find one over there to put them down.
And I'll just move to you.
And I'll go look at 36 right now. So I'm gonna look at 36 and see what we got. Okay. You prepare to enter the cell when your nose picks up a stench that you know all too well. Your eyes dart around the room just to see for yourself. Whoops. Okay. The branch of a gigantic jackfig tree has fallen into the cell. Several of its fruits have burst on the floor, releasing a powerful, musky fragrance that makes you nauseous. As you back out in search of fresher air, the heady smell fills your body and mind with unexpected vitality. Immediately after this is revealed, each character on the active player's terrain card may return their You Are Exhausted card. Never mind.
Tight.
Okay. Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. No big deal.
Anyways. Next thing we can go ahead and flip this. You are out of breath. You continue on as best you can. One random involved character takes a 001. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. A 001 is you're exhausted. The order here is kind of... Or do you risk taking a few moments to rest? Take a 13 card to try your luck. If Lady Luck is on your side, +3. If you're a Jinx, fragments of rock fly everywhere. One of them hits you in the face, you lose a life point. I'll go ahead and take a 13 card to try my luck.
Okay.
Oh, now it's going to play out. I don't even know if they're good or not. We'll find out. Here's a 13 card. We can go ahead and flip it. Lady Luck is on your side.
Ooh.
Old side always said, luck is like a Kellyan Legion. As long as it's on your side, you don't have to worry too much. Return this and draw back 3 cards.
Beautiful.
Okay. So I'm going to return this 13 over here. And then I'll go ahead and draw back 3 cards to my deck. Okay. Let me shuffle these in. And then it is your turn.
Okay. So what are our options? Well, there should be
we should
26,
replace it with
right?
26, yes.
And then is that really our only option for where to go?
I think so. I think right now we've done everything else from what I can see.
What was 14 up here? Like that doesn't go
14
that way?
was Kaja, who I lifted.
Oh, okay.
Kaja. 26 it is? Okay.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and read that?
A strange creature ambles aimlessly in the corridor. You slowly approach it with your palms open, showing that you mean it no harm. Distraught, except I smell like dead centipede.
Mm-hmm.
Distraught, it waves a piece of wood in your direction. Not seeing you back off, it tries to land a clumsy blow. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, it's such a weird little guy. Look at him, he's crazy. Okay, so I guess I'm fighting, but I have weapons. I have so much he should be afraid.
Okay. This is going to be a sequential step over here. Basically, he's going to go ahead. This is basically a chained action. So you're doing a combat attack right now. Also, I should note, by the way, I took them back specifically, but you're not actually supposed to take... You're supposed to take cards randomly from your discard pile and random shuffle them, not with intent. I lied. Anyways, I was checking the rules while you're reading that card to make sure. So this is going to be a chained action over here.
Can I, like, eat my centipede now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or, okay, I'm going to do that. So this should be random. I'm just going to shuffle.
This person's in the hallway, but you don't have to engage with them right now. Although when you do...
I want to.
Yeah. Every time you succeed, you're going to lower the value over here. So basically, the amount of successes you get, this one is over here, you get to draw as many cards as you want, and then you lower the die by that value, but you can only count one card per draw right now because it's a chained action. So, and you're lowering the value, and each time you don't, every time you haven't moved into the next level, you're going to keep a card.
I should shuffle this in?
Yes. Every time you do not get to the next level, you're going to be able to keep a card, but you lose 2 cards to your deck. So he's hitting you for 2 back, effectively.
Okay.
So you're trying to get as many successes as you can in one shot.
But I need 3 to kill him?
You need 3 to kill him, yes.
On 1 card?
Well, you can only use 1 card at a time, so... Okay. Keep in mind, I do have determination, so I can go ahead and get 2 hits at once.
Well, I can do this to add +1?
That lets you count +1 card, yes.
Okay. Oh, it lets me count +1. Oh,
yes,
so
on a chained action, which means you can get 3 if you draw the right cards.
That's what I'm thinking.
That could be fun.
And can I play multiple cards for this attack? Because I have this, which is at any time during the result step, draw 1 or 2 additional cards and reveal them. That would be after I pull mine?
So I believe you could. The tricky part is, I think you're still going to be limited to the +1 or +2 with that.
Yeah, but with 2 cards, I think I might be able to get a 3.
So go ahead and try.
Alright, so here I ate my centipede.
Okay, a classic claim to say.
And... Alright, so I'm going to choose to draw 3 cards.
Okay.
And I would do this now.
Go ahead. Yes.
Alright, so I'm going to use this so that 2 of them count.
So you use this, yeah, and +1.
And how many cards did I just say?
3 cards.
Because I get to look at 2 after that. Okay, yeah, I think that's good. 1.
That's a good start.
2. 3. Alright, so that's 2 successes, which isn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll now play this, which is at any time, draw 1 or 2 additional cards and reveal them. So I will do that, and I'll do 2 more.
Okay.
1.
Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts.
Alright, well, I still do 2 damage to him.
Yeah,
regardless.
2 damage. He's going to drop down to 1, and he's going to hit you back.
And do I get to... Oh, wait, I had these weapons.
It's an attack action.
Excuse me.
Yes, that is fair.
This one. It just gives me the extra one.
That's a star, yeah.
I'll use the hoe and add to it.
Okay.
But then it says during the consequences step, roll a die on 1 or 2, I discard it. So I assume that's like nowish?
Yes.
Alright. Oh my god, I knew there was a reason I was attacking, and it's because I had weapons. I felt so good about it because I knew I had weapons.
Go ahead.
I guess I should have said which one I was doing, though.
It makes sense in hindsight. It makes sense in hindsight.
Okay. Alright, we're safe.
Okay.
Alright, so I use that, and then
So
I will use this... Wait, can I still do it?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, because I can just use those 2.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, and then do I get to hold any?
So you get to keep 1 card, and this die moves down to the next level. So now when we attack him, you can keep 2 cards, but you need to do 4 successes. Okay, which means I'll go ahead.
This will let me recover?
That lets you...
Put 1 back in?
Hold on to an extra card.
Oh.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and attack it for the next time round. I will draw 3 cards, I believe. I'll draw 3 cards and see how this goes. And I'm going to be activating 2 of them. So I'm attacking this guy. And we have 1, 2, only 2. So I'm going to use these 2 over here. So I'm going to benefit from these 2. And I don't know if I'll bother throwing in my additional success right now because I don't think I need to. Because you need to draw 2+ right now anyway. So I think I'm going to hold off on drawing another success. So I'm going to use both of these to be able to rotate this down by 2.
Wait, sorry, I thought I killed him.
No, you killed the first level. The die moves down to the next level. So now, I'm going to go ahead and take 2 damage. So my life points go drop by 2.
Could I have traded you a weapon?
I have to double check. I don't remember if you can trade. I'm going to go ahead and do this over here. I think I have actually...
Because that was part of me taking.
Now that you say that, I actually have this over here. I have acrobatics, which I can use as a card for my hand. But that's not relevant right now. Okay, so I did that. I lost 2 life points, and I get to maintain one of the 2 cards that I just drew. Although I don't think I... you know what? I'm going to not keep any of them. Okay, and then I can attack it again. So I'm going to once again draw 2 cards, and this time I'll only draw 2 cards, I think. And we drew these 2, so these will combine over here to being able to attack. And I'll have discard determination for the extra star, and that's going to go ahead and give me 2 successes against this guy again. And I can keep one of these cards. And I think, second wind. Choose up to 3 cards, discard pile, and shuffle them back into your deck. Okay. Or I can do spare no effort. I think I'll do spare no effort. Okay. I'm going to spare no effort instead. Fine. This guy's dead. This is card 26. 26. Banish this and replace it with a 26 card.
Yay, we killed him.
I mean, yay, we killed him is not the best combination of things.
No, wait, didn't we want to?
Well, yay, we killed him.
Bad guy.
He looked cute. In the dim light of the corridor, you inch your way forward. You walk past a half-open door on the west side and cannot suppress a shudder of fear. The room beyond is the chamber of questions, and anyone entering it always confesses their secrets, even if they have none to hide.
Uh-oh.
Enraged howls ring out from the cell across the way.
This is a discard, by the way.
Okay.
Alright, it looks like we need a 32 and a 34.
You need a 32 and a 34, yes. We need 2 of those numbers. We don't need a 32 and a 34 yet. Right now we just need these numbers up here.
That's what I meant.
Okay. I'm going to move everything up a drop. Okay. Buy some more table space for us. And then we can go ahead and continue our adventures.
Because there's nothing at all down there for us anymore.
I don't know what your deck's looking like. I could move to the next spot, but then I'm going to have to start spending life points to...
I have 3 left.
Okay.
I have 3 cards.
So if you want to move right now, because I'm going to burn 3 cards in a second as soon as I move.
Oh, because you move a lot worse.
Because Taja is the worst.
Yeah. Okay, so everything is done up there.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like there was something that I wanted to do, but maybe I'm just...
Don't know.
unsure. Alright, so I'll move to here. How do we start healing back?
You can spend life points at any point to... each life point gives you 2 cards back.
And that's the only way?
I mean, past getting effects. You have your capped Arante over there. That might give you something.
I wasn't sure if there's eventually like a terrain tile that's sometimes suppressed here.
So a lot of the game will try to give you ways to get things back, but the question is, can you find those things?
Okay, so I can flip these from here, right?
Okay, which one are you flipping? Because they sometimes have immediate effects.
We'll do this one.
Okay.
Total chaos reigns in the corridor. The prisoners are jostling to get out as quickly as possible. Only the strongest or the sneakiest seem to be prevailing. You must take one of the following actions. I can either try to sneak out or try to fight out, which I'm really good at fighting, so I assume that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, that's
Sneaking
what we're
is a
gonna
1/1. Well, sneaking is a 1. Only requires 1 card.
Oh. Yeah, but what if I don't get it? You know?
That's a question.
Like if I'm drawing at least... Oh, I only have 2 cards. I can do the life points now?
Yeah.
Now these are random, but do I get to see which ones go in?
No.
But if you have your deck memorized. Alright. What do you think I should do? Let me read what these are, too. Nope, these aren't going to help.
Instinctively, I would draw 2 cards and count only 1, but you can't rely on half successes. So that's the problem. So, I don't... You're definitely better at fighting.
Whereas if I did fighting, I have an auto success. And I only need 2. But it is 3 cards.
You have to draw 3 cards. Up to you.
Well, let's see what the rewards are.
Well, you have to keep 1 card for sneaking.
That's interesting. I guess I'll try it. I don't like being talked into it. I feel like it's the wrong move.
You're drawing just 1 card?
Oh!
Oh there.
I guess so.
I guess so. Yeah, 1 card. That was what we decided. Yes. Totally. We would never have chosen 2. That would seem stupid and silly. Why would we do that? Great.
And I get to keep it?
Yeah.
This goes to my hand?
Yeah. Yes.
Alright.
Ironically, the card is almost called Fight.
And then I think this is gone and now just the next
now
one
we
comes?
replace 34. Okay, you know, I'm going to pull these out because we're using these ones a lot. 34. Okay, if you want to read that.
You notice people gathering at the far end of the gallery. Several very agitated prisoners are standing at the top of the stairs, leaning out to the sacred grove. You overhear a few snippets of the conversation. Oh my gosh, there's people! We see people!
Okay, go ahead. Oh, well, I can go join you, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I did that yet.
No.
But I can wait for you first.
Wait, I'm going to go ahead and move this step over here, and then immediately discard 2 cards because my thingy is unconscious Taja, who is the worst. I'll go ahead and listen in over here. So I'm going to do 43 right now and see what that entails.
Now you can heal your cards back at any time, even after seeing how much you have to test or whatever?
I believe so.
Like if you reveal a card that has to test 2, you can then choose to put
Let me check the exact sequencing of it as far as this
I'll
goes.
read this out while you
Okay,
do
go
it.
ahead.
The savage howls grow louder as you approach the cell. Your instinct tells you not to peek in, your mind urging you to continue forward. Time is running out, but your curiosity gets the best of you. Approaching the cell door, you stop dead in your tracks, mouth agape in horror. A prisoner wearing tattered clothes writhes in the grips of some insanity, screaming and slashing at his flesh. His skin is taut over a network of dark veins that are slowly dispersing black sap through his body.
Sounds like a lot.
He looks upset.
And yes, you could do it anytime, by the way.
Okay.
You're familiar enough with this affliction caused by the spines of the blood flower to know that this poor devil is done for. All it would take is one push to end this agony. Oh. Okay. I could throw him into the void, but I have to give up 6 cards to do that.
I have a flail that says -2. Does that mean I have to pay 2 less cards?
Yes. Yes.
So?
And it means you can count 3 symbols as successes. Yeah, honestly, it doesn't make sense for you to do
I
it.
can flail him.
Yeah. If you want to do it. I am curious. The 151 is probably good for us.
Is that right now?
If you want to.
Alright, so how many cards do I have to draw?
You would draw 4 cards.
Alright, so I'm going to have to take some.
So go ahead and do so.
So if I do 4 health points, that's 8 cards.
You get 8 cards back.
Alright, I'll do that.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the time to do it right now. I'm going to pay 5 life points, go down to 13, and I'm going to take 10 random cards shuffle back in my deck, because honestly, I'm going to need them.
Yeah. And then I'm going to flail this guy.
Now keep in mind, this guy you could leave alone.
I know.
But, you know, it's this thing about
I don't
Penguin's
like him.
misery. And she doesn't like him.
I want us to save the animals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. I got 10 cards shuffled up over there. Plus
Make sure you put your discard back the right way again, because I almost didn't. Okay, so now I'll just test this right away?
Yep.
And it's 4?
1 success on 4 cards, which should be doable.
Alright. I wish I kind of had a way to pay even less cards, but I don't think I do. Okay, so 4?
Yep.
And 1 success. That's so easy. Did it. 2, 3.
You do not keep any of them.
Oh my god, that stinks how many successes I just did.
You do not keep any of them.
Yikes.
You will get card 151.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
There you go.
That was a lot of successes. You are unleashed. Your fatigue has turned into intense anger. At any time, you may choose to return this to return your "You Are Exhausted" card.
Yeah, it's great. So many ways to get rid of your exhausted cards. I don't know why you healed.
But I can use it to ignore unsettling?
Interesting, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'll go ahead and flip this card before we move down the alleyway. Metal wire. Wait, is that supposed to be metal wire? Yep, it's supposed to be metal wire. You have picked up a malleable wire that'll come in handy. Ooh, lock picking and stuff. Ooh, I like this. Okay, cool. This would have been helpful for other times. I'm gonna grab the metal wire, and then we're gonna go ahead and replace this with 32 over here. So 32. Let's go ahead and find 32. You have walked past this room 1,000 times, but you've never entered it yourself. What luck. Those who've experienced it have terrible memories, the sort that wake them up at night, drenched in sweat with eyes wide in horror. Pushing the door open, you take a look inside the interrogation room. An overtorn brazier has spilled its dimly glowing embers all over the floor. An obviously unconscious, obese giant is slumped against a cupboard. Close by, a man is imprisoned by stocks around his neck and wrists. And this is the scene we got.
Okay.
Okay. Which way do you want to go? Do you want to go exploring in the room?
I mean, I assume we should do the room first, and I assume you want me to go in first because it's cheaper.
But I'm sorry. I'm
It's
carrying
cheaper.
Taja. I'm trying to keep her alive.
You just want me to pave the way.
I do.
Well, do you want me to just do that room alone then, maybe?
Yeah. And I'll just say,
Oh, and then it's free for me to come back to you?
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm
Alright,
your
I'll go
anchor.
there. I'm so mad about all those successes being discarded. Alright, well, why don't you pull cards while you do that?
Okay. Which
I'll
card
do
do you want?
28.
28?
Although that looks like I have to spend a card to do it.
Oh, okay. 28. Here you go.
The furniture catches your attention and you decide to inspect it carefully. You open the panels and rummage through each piece of furniture, slipping your fingers into every nook and cranny where even the smallest cockroach would not think to hide because you're still hungry for bug snacks.
That seems legit.
Take a 13 card and try your luck.
Ooh. Pick a 13. Any 13.
Oh, how many are there?
There's a whole bunch of them. 13, 13, 13.
I'm jinxed. This is always me. Old Cider always said, bad luck is like a bucket of waste when you're walking through the streets of Port Bile. You never know when it's gonna hit you. But one way or another, it always does. If you're jinxed, you find something just before a sinister crack sounds above your head. Take a 149 card and a 40 card.
Okay. Here's the 40. And the 149 is going to come over here.
Crack. You look up and see a fissure making its way across the ceiling, stopping halfway. Anxiously, you hold your breath. False alarm. You can get back to what you were doing. Crack! The fissure suddenly shoots forward, spinning the ceiling in two. A stone block crashes to the floor in front of you, and you have just a few moments before the whole thing collapses. And then I have to try to run, I think.
Okay. See, if I would have done that, it would have cost 2 more cards even.
Okay, so what is this? I just have to draw 2 and
2
get
cards,
2?
get 2 successes. And then you could draw more, and you do not have
I'm just
running.
gonna draw 2.
Okay. Go for it. You lose 2 life points if you fail. In case you want to draw 3.
I'm already losing life points. I'm gonna pay 6 life points and shuffle more in. That's 12 cards?
Yes.
I don't know if I
You're
have
paying
that.
6 life points?
Let me see.
How many life points did you say?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'll do another 4. So 1. So this should be 8. Will you adjust that for me to 12?
Yep.
Oop.
Maybe.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm gonna end up drawing 3. This game, I'm not good with like nerves and like this feels like push your luck.
It is.
Like, I guess
it's
it
a
is
little
a
push your
bit,
luck.
yeah. And it's ooh. Okay.
You do have Jack's Feek Sap Jam that you got.
Well, do I technically get that now?
You
I
can
kind
have
of
it,
read that one first.
Yep.
I don't know if you're supposed to read them.
I
in
don't
order.
know. It's happened at the same time.
Yeah, I would think maybe the order of it though. That's like a later. Oh no, it says take 49 and a 40. So
That's
maybe.
what I'm saying. It's simultaneous.
Okay, so this says look at the top 5 cards of your action deck and put them back either on top or at the bottom in any order. Take a 150 card and discard this. If you want to take
I think the 40 card does have to be done right away. It's got the timer on it. It must be resolved immediately, yeah.
Okay.
Time must be resolved immediately. So even though you got them both at the same time, one of them has to be done right away.
Okay. Okay. So this is mine. I'm gonna draw 3. 1, 2, 3. Still don't get it.
You didn't get
God,
2
I'm
successes.
so
Dear
bad
Lord.
at this.
Well,
Alright. So.
you lose 2 life points
Okay.
and take a 3 card.
Alright. 2 life points?
Yep. You're injured.
Okay.
Okay.
Immediately after this is revealed. Oh, okay. Immediately after performing a recovery, -2.
Oh, recoveries are when you give up life points. You
Okay.
lose 2 cards every time you do that. Unless you do... What? That's so bad.
Okay.
That's so bad.
Yeah.
You need 4 successes.
And I lose a life point if I don't get it, which is a little.
I mean, you
but-
can't get 4 successes on 1 draw.
Well, depending, like if I had the card, let me add another card.
Yeah.
And things like that. I mean, I think it would be really hard, but
That's bad.
we'll see.
Okay. Anyways, this card's gone. Okay. You now have... Oh, this card's gone too? No, 1 second. Yes, this card is gone as well. Okay. Do you want to do more things in the room, he says?
Sure.
On Sarsen?
I'll do whatever.
There's 22 and 20 and 37?
I'll do 22.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. Maybe it'll help fix my situation.
Here you go.
Do you want to read it?
You shudder with a disgust upon seeing the villain slumped against a cupboard. Ratko, a zealous collector of secrets whose cruelty is matched only by his cunning. You were lucky enough to have avoided him during one of his interrogations. The same cannot be said of some of your fellow inmates, most of whom would take full advantage of the situation to finish him off once and for all.
Okay.
So, Ratko has no visible wounds, but he is completely unconscious. What could have happened? Okay.
So with 0 cards, I have to get 2 successes?
No, 0 is just the minimum. The minimum 0. You can draw as many as you want.
Oh, well, how do you know how many can be applied to it?
So that you can apply all the cards unless there's a chain. If there's a chain, you can only apply the number.
Okay. Alright, I will unveil the other thing first. So 37.
Okay. 37. There you go.
The man's head twists in the stocks. You have spent enough time with the other inmates to know this individual is not from the Citadel. His face still bears the marks of his recent interrogation. He stares scornfully at you, eyes shining with a dark malevolence. Is that a sly smile forming in the corners of his blood-stained mouth? Oh, he looks bad. Who could he be? Why was he tortured? Was he able to overcome his persecutor? Given his current situation, he is most likely expecting that you will also be asking him a few questions.
Now, both of these are going to lead to dialogue options, where we have this giant book of dialogue that will give us all of these options to go ahead and talk to various people. So right about now, who do you want to talk to?
I guess the bad guy first.
The bad guy first?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Because that one's an auto success. I don't have to do anything.
Oh, the guy in the stocks.
Yeah.
Okay, 49. So I'm going to go ahead and read 49 to you, and we're going to make some choices.
Let's see.
The mysterious individual speaks before you can open your mouth. Set me free, quickly, before he wakes up. He urges in a hurried whisper, nodding to the body lying nearby. We're on the same side. If you choose to free the prisoner, do you choose to free the prisoner, or do you choose to wait?
Wait.
Ooh, okay.
If we're on the same side, he should be calm about that and not get angry.
The man stares at you for several moments. Something has changed in his eyes. He replies to you. Very well. Fair is fair. What do you want from me? Who are you, and what are you doing here? This is an unfortunate misunderstanding. I was delivering a new group of gardeners to the Citadel when they served me up that rough brute snoozing there. So what do you say? Friends? Do you free him, or continue to wait?
Continue to wait.
Listen, we don't have all day. If the Citadel is crumbling, that means the offensive launched by the Necrodruids has failed, and the War Masters found a way past the defenses to finish them off once and for all. The war is lost for your masters and protectors, he sneers. Even if you survive this place, you won't last 2 days without the protection of the Necrodruids. Unless you help me get out of here, of course. I could be a powerful ally and perhaps even plead your case to the purveyors. We are everywhere, and we have only friends. And we only have friends. A cracking sound in the ceiling startles you. There is no time to lose. Do you free the prisoner, or wait? Or risk waiting longer?
Oh, wait longer. I think he's bad news.
Don't let me die here, he pauses, as if wrestling with his conscience, before mercifully blurting out, I hid something in my boot, which could be useful to you in the future. If you take the time to search his boot, or if you free him, or if you let him rot.
The boot. I think he's a bad guy anyway. If I never came to this room, he would have died anyway. I have someone else to save that isn't tied up for being bad.
You pull a crumpled piece of parchment out of the boot. You're about to read it when take a 48 card and a 40 card. Return the dialogue book. 48 and 40. Didn't you take 48 and 40?
No.
You took 40 already.
Did I? How?
40
Is it the crack?
Yeah, it was a cracked. What? 1 second. Where's the crack card?
Was I not supposed to flip it?
Whoops. So, in 7th Citadel, they cleverly made the game so that you could not have something like this happened, unless you missed part of the text. When you escaped from this card over here, you're supposed to also, this card over here, it says, then apply the consequences as if the action succeeded. So when that ceiling cracked, you managed to escape from the room before the ceiling gives way, raining down the barrage of rocks. Banish your terrain card and replace it with a 32 card. Discard the permanent events attached to it. So technically, you were never able to talk to that guy. So you're not getting that 48 because that was not actually legal. And we're supposed to replace it with a 32 card.
But we just did all that conversation.
It was, think of it as a ghost. Okay. That was a close one. As the dust settles, a stone rolls across the floor to your feet. The rubble has almost completely blocked the door to the room, which is now buried under several tons of rock. Anyone who is there has probably been reduced to a pulp. See, now the fun part of this is, if you think about this, it's cool because the game basically is like, oh wait, we have to banish 32. We're over here. Okay. But basically, because you saw the ceiling collapse first, you didn't even get to talk to people. The game has all these kinds of different fun ways it can play out.
Okay.
Okay. Anything hidden on this card? I'll look at this one. This one, I feel like there's going to be something hidden. Here you go.
33.
33. Let's just show the camera so people can see this one. So if we go over here, you'll see. Hopefully you can see that there. 33. Wait, where's my... there it is. I don't know if you can see it or not.
I would maybe tip it that way because the light is that way.
Either way, it's there. We're going to go ahead and grab 33.
It's tiny.
Go ahead and look at that.
Look, is that a chest poking out of the mountain of rubble? It appears to have fallen through the ceiling above. My favorite thing, a treasure chest fell through from the ceiling. While keeping an eye out for falling debris, you crawl to the chest. It has been smashed open and most of its contents reduced to scrap. A flask is the only thing that seems to have survived the damage. Take a 46 card and flip it.
Okay. And again, this, by the way, as well, in case you're wondering about hidden cards, has that little mark showing you it's a hidden card. 46. Potion of Vigor. The evolved character returns that you are exhausted.
It's okay. Eventually, I'm sure I'll be exhausted again.
And regains 10 life points.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I just love how there's like 4 ways to get rid of the exhaustion.
All right, hold on, because I have a lot of things now. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can only hold one more thing. But can I trade weapons too?
Wait, how can you have 9? Wait, how do you have 10? 2 players.
What?
2 players. You should have a max of 7.
Wait, so, but I could have traded things to you, right? Because then I wouldn't have so many things?
So the way trading works is you could trade if we're on the same spot. Either the person giving or the person discarding has to discard cards equal to the weight.
Ooh.
Which is it's still worth it.
I had meant to trade something to you, but I think this is
it.
really the only thing I could have traded at the time, because everything else I got later.
I'll take the axe.
Except for the bad things, which I don't think I can trade
I'll discard 2 cards.
That's probably what this little red lock means.
Oh yeah, you can't trade those. No, you can't.
You don't want my injury?
Yeah, can you take my headache? If only life worked that way.
Sometimes it does.
Okay. Anyways, I think that's that, which means, did we do 43?
I don't think...
Yes, that was the person we threw off the edge of the cliff. Wow, we threw off the cliff and we forgot about it already. We are definitely callous.
Well, that's because we talked to someone and then it didn't really happen, so I think we're questioning reality a little bit.
That is true. Hallucinating.
Alright, so
anyways,
do we want to move down?
Yeah, I think
I'm afraid of these people. So what does this mean? That happens right away?
That's going to be a mandatory action taken by all the people on the tile.
As soon as we walk in, or...?
I have to double check, but I believe so. Let me double check.
Does that mean it can only happen to one person?
Must be applied. No. All the characters must be involved in that action. So if we choose to do that action, we have to do it together.
Okay. So I'll move in.
Okay.
And wait for you?
Yeah, I mean, you could talk to them, but I'll just walk down there.
Do you have to discard too?
Oh, yes, I do. Thank you. And by thank you, I don't mean thank you. I mean, you're the worst.
But thank you for carrying Taja. And then this.
All right, 27.
27.
We're going to talk to people in the hallway or see what's going on.
Say, hey, what's up? Several prisoners jostle each other in confusion on the landing where, just moments ago, there was only staircase leading down to the garden level. Uh-oh. We're doomed. We're worse off than a weird soul in a field of carniflowers. Shut it, Liam. You're as cowardly as you are ugly. Have you seen what's left of Mance? He was an arm's length from making it. An arm's length! That's it.
Okay, we're going to have this on the table. We are going to zoom out a drop again because we are slowly running out of more space there.
I would rather you talk to them.
Okay. Banish. Ooh, we get another dialogue.
Although, because I did that, do I have to be the one to do that?
Nope.
Okay.
There's no mandatory immediate effect.
Okay.
Depends on the card. Different cards and things. Okay, so if you want to take control of the book over here, just find dialogue 10.
You can make the decisions. It should be in order, right?
Yes.
Or no? Okay. You stand in the middle of the group to make sure everyone can hear you. Do you want to... Should I just tell you the words? It says authoritative, diplomatic, jokester.
Taja can be passed back and forth. But you'd lose 3 cards by taking her.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so do you want to be authoritative, diplomatic, or jokester?
Diplomatic.
I like the jokester one. It's funny. Don't you think it would be wise to get out of here before the ceiling falls down on us? Read 157.
Seems to be a reasonable choice, honestly.
Okay. The largest prisoner, a man by the name of Thorm, throws you a doubtful glance. You're a funny one, you are. Have you seen how far you'd have to jump? You'll finish in a broken pile, just like Mance. Take a look if you aren't scared of heights. He points down the disjointed body lying below. Liam interrupts in a panic. Thorm's right. There's no chance we'll make it. We're all going to die in here! This guy is, like, very drama. You are positive that you would stand a better chance if someone else was already on the other side of the chasm to catch you. Looking around, you quickly spot 2 gardeners whose size and bulk make them ideal candidates for this mission. Now you just need to convince them to jump. Your job would certainly be much easier if Liam stopped demoralizing everyone with his constant whining. Will you try to reason with them, intimidate them, or bribe them? You may not choose this option unless an involved character discards one card with the keyword provisions. So you can bribe them with provisions, intimidate them, or reason with them.
I'll reason with them.
Okay. I do have provisions if I count as being with you. If you're interested.
I don't like bribing people.
Yeah, I don't like losing my stuff. Listen to me, we don't have much time. I'm begging you. The whole floor is about to collapse. You're scared of dying if you jump. Are you serious? If you keep wasting time, I can guarantee you'll never get out of here. Our best chance is the two of you get to the other side ready to catch us. And then you're going to have to do a test. And it says now you're testing.
Yeah,
It looks like a dialogue test.
Dialogue test, two cards and 2 successes. Or do I have a dialogue card? I do not, unfortunately. So just 2 cards, 2 successes. I will draw 3 cards and see how it goes.
Maybe draw 4.
No, not 3. Okay.
Watch.
I'm gonna draw 1, 2, 3.
Ah! Okay.
Yeah, I was getting nervous there too. Do I get to keep one? No.
No. Alright, so take one 49 card and a 52 card.
Wait, 149 or 149?
Take a
Single.
49 card.
Take a single 49 card and a 52 card? Mm-hmm. Okay. There's a whole lot of 50 cards. Give me a second. I literally can't capacity
Are
switch
50s the ones where you're jinxed and stuff?
Possibly, because there's a whole lot of them.
I think so. We'll test your luck.
There you go.
Test your luck or get in trouble.
Glimmer of Hope. Ooh. You turn 5 Glimmer of Hopes, take a 99 card.
Oh, I have one.
Okay.
I have one.
Then we have 52 over here. We have, inspired by his speech, the prisoners compose themselves. There's no time for dawdling. Faced with the choice between waiting for death and gambling it all on survival, they have decided. Better to try and fail than to curl up and die. Selecting the 2 most agile members of the group, they leap across the void to the other side of the staircase.
Lovely.
Okay. This one's going to be... Luckily, the 2 lads narrowly make it across. You hold your breath as you watch them whisper what to do next. After all, they could easily flee and save their own skins. Breathing a sigh of relief, you see them turn back and prepare to catch the next one's jump, including you. So, we do have an additional modifier to whatever is going to happen after I assume we look at this.
Yeah.
So together, we will look at that and get card 24.
Let's see.
Okay. A large section of the staircase has collapsed, and anyone hoping to reach the stairs leading down will now have to leap across a gaping chasm. The task seems difficult as it is dangerous, given the broken, disjointed corpses you see lying below.
So gruesome.
Okay. Only one character may get involved in the following action. Take that. If you have a card with the keyword weakness, if you have a card with the keyword weakness or cumbersome, I have cumbersome.
Weakness.
That's unfortunate.
Wait, can you trade her to me though? No, I could take her for 3.
I don't think it's worth it though. We're gonna have +1 card being able to use over here. I think we're able to be fine. 3 cards with 3 successes.
Okay.
We should be fine. Okay. I will go ahead. Ooh, and I have this. I have acrobatics too.
Oh, good.
So I might use this as well.
Alright.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and draw 4 cards. I'm going to draw my last 4 cards over here. We'll go ahead and see how this plays out. I'll draw 1, 2,
Wow.
3, and 4. And I can only use 3, well it depends. So I can only use 3 of these cards, right? And we need 3 successes. Oh,
Yeah,
we're fine. Okay. Here we go.
Beautiful.
That's simple enough.
That was the last of your cards?
Mm-hmm. Now what I will do, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Anticipation. Doing the consequence stuff, shuffle up to 2 cards you've revealed back into your action deck instead of discarding them. Guaranteeing that I have 2 successes sitting there for the next
Pretty
test.
good.
Okay, because my action deck contains nothing. Okay. You land into you put 41 to play. You land gracefully on your feet. Okay.
And move your figure to it. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful.
Oh, we're making our way to the garden over here.
Wait, that stays there?
This stays there, yeah. Okay. I believe it's your turn to do it now.
Do I have to do the same thing?
I think so.
That's that's interesting, because this made us do it together.
I know, which is an interesting way that it does that. I think we both have to be on the tile.
Alright, well, do you want to explore what's going on over there before I come, or do you want me to...
So I could, but we might do this as a calling point anyway.
Okay.
Now that we're escaping still to the garden, we might go ahead and call it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to try to join me over there and see how it goes.
I don't want to fail as the
last thing we
do. I guess I would keep trying over and over.
You still get 3 cards and 3 successes.
I wish this was exhausted and not injured.
I agree.
I am unleashed. Okay. I will attempt to do it. So what am I doing? I draw 2?
You draw at least 2, and you can count up to 3 cards and 3 successes. I mean, if you draw 3 cards, you can count all 3.
Oh, right. Okay.
So if you draw 4, you have a choice of 3, which is what I did.
Because I have weakness. That's
Yes.
what it is. Okay. All right. So wait, I'm doing 3?
3 minimum.
But
well,
I need 2?
2 minimum, but you may as well do 3.
Oh, no, I need 3 successes.
Correct.
I'm gonna have to
I say
do
do 4. That's what I did.
I must rough nuggets. 1, 2, 3,
I think you're good already.
4.
You're good.
Good.
Boom. You land over here with me. And I think right about now we can go ahead and call this. Or do you want to explore those 2 things on our card first?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's see what they are.
So, I'll go ahead and explore 38, let's say.
And you have to
I
discard
draw a
a
card. Yeah, unfortunately.
But you know it's a success.
I'm going to put into play. You turn towards the garden where just yesterday you were laboring to harvest Omnicura sap. You constantly make your way forward and notice a clearly disoriented vault bush staggering about. These creatures are generally only seen in the Necrodruid chambers, where they are tasked with protecting certain precious artifacts. This specimen seems to have been badly damaged by the falling rocks, given its contents strewn about nearby. The vault bush is set upon by a swarm of aggressive birds that must have smelled something tantalizing in its treasure trove. It retaliates by firing off a volley of deadly spines. You might be able to take advantage of the diversion to see something of value. Ooh, I could do a sneak thingy. Okay. There's an attached to it. We don't have to do it right now.
Okay.
And you can go ahead and do 47 if you want.
Sure. I'm also running low on
Here you
things
go.
again. A gust blows through the breach and has cleaved the Citadel's outer wall in 2. You're only a couple hundred steps away from freedom. As you quicken your pace, a broken body crashes to the floor in front of you. A gigantic tree bristling with skulls is on a killing spree, frantically cutting down the escapees as they attempt to scale the rubble. Behind you, the cells collapse one after another, removing any possibility of retreat. Oh, it's a big angry tree.
Oh.
Your only option is to take on the enormous clawed branches of the monstrosity standing between you and your freedom. You thought the most difficult part was behind you.
So we're right now either trying to
fight
fight this giant tree
Yeah.
or sneak past this
Let's
bush.
fight the tree.
So we're
And
still
then-
going?
Yeah, let's fight the tree
Fight
and
the
then
tree?
call it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to need to do a
Yeah.
recovery then. So I'm going to go up and give up another 5 life points. Oh, do I even want to do it? I have 2 guaranteed successes right now. No, so you know what? I'm going to go and take the first blow before I do a recovery because I know I have 2 guaranteed successes.
Okay, do it.
So I'm going to go ahead and... wait, I discarded a card a second ago. Because it cost a card. I'll recover. I'll go ahead and recover 1, 2, 3... You know what? I'll cover 1 right now. So I'm going to go ahead and lower by 2. Draw 2 random cards from my pile over here. We can put a die over here. We need 4 successes on this die. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and take 1 card and 2 cards. Shuffle to my card over here. And I'm going to start by drawing 2 cards and counting 2. Okay, so I'm going to count 1 and 2.
Don't forget you have
That's
the axe I
only
gave
1,
you too.
unfortunately. Oh, it's an attack action. You're right. Where's my axe? What can I do again? I can count those symbols, or I can count 1 more card. So you know what? I would have counted 3 then.
Okay.
So I'm going to draw 3 over here, and I get 2 successes against it.
Great.
So drop it down to 2, but I unfortunately do get hit with I keep 1 card and I take 2 damage. So I lose 2 life points. Okay, your turn. I'm going to choose one of these to keep.
Well, we could go back and forth.
Oh, this is good.
We could go back and forth.
Yes, we
with
could go back and
attacking?
forth, absolutely. Okay. And
Now
then,
this -2, is that how many cards I can add to the thing?
the
having
-2,
0 cards?
you can choose to draw fewer cards.
But what does that mean?
Sometimes you want to draw fewer cards, like for example the time we were shoving the person off the balcony. It's a great sentence to say out loud.
So that only matters with how many I'm drawing. It doesn't matter how
Correct.
many I can commit.
Correct.
But I can draw 2 less to add 2
For the
successes?
record, I'm dropping 5 life points, and I'm going to go ahead and take 10 more cards back. Are you hitting it, or?
I think you should do it again and get the 2 off, because if
no
I'm
problem.
gonna, the next is 6, and I think that's when I should attack.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and I will draw 3 cards. Oh, so left to do the consequence roll a die. I need to see if the axe broke. My axe did not break. Okay. So I'm going to use my axe again, I believe. Or I can use acrobatics, but let's go ahead and see what we draw. I'm going to draw 3 cards, and we have the following. We have, these are going to give me 1, 2, and 3 possibly, up to 3 successes if I count 3 cards, but I don't need to do that, so I'm just going to go ahead and count 2 cards, and just call it a day. I'm going to go ahead and have, I should have just drawn 2. I'm going to have this drop down to the next level, so now it's going down to level 6, and I get to keep one of these cards.
Beautiful.
Although I don't know if it's worth it to keep one of these cards.
Alright, so I have a question now, Alex.
Yep.
I have this card, which is during fighting, and it says that those
Yep. So
become successes.
Yep. Those are going to be on the cards you draw.
Only the cards I draw. I can't
Yep.
pay
Correct.
cards to do
Correct.
it. Okay. And I would have to do that when I'm choosing to do the attack?
Correct.
And can I do that on top of using my weapon?
Yes.
Okay.
But you can only use, each weapon has keywords. You can only use you can only use 1 keyword of the same type per action. So you can't use 2 weapons, for example. But you can use a weapon and a shield or something.
Well, this is weapon, and this says trinket
So you could
secondary,
use
so I
both.
could actually use
Yep,
both?
yep.
Oh, great. I'm going to hurt him. Alright, so I'm going to draw 2.
Okay.
But I'm going to do this to hopefully have it make it better with the
Okay.
Arcane Blast. What does that mean? I can...
Retain 1 card.
Okay, good. Okay, so I'm going to do this, and I'm also using both of these. So that's already 3 successes.
Well,
but I have
this
to
you
roll
need
and I can
3
break.
icons. You need 3 icons on your cards to be able to count success.
So do I do that after?
You can really draw the cards and see. How many cards are you drawing?
2, because I only have the 2. Ooh. Okay. So that doesn't happen, but I have 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
3.
That means you're going to take 2 damage.
And then I think I have... Can I have a die? Beautiful.
Okay. You actually do not take 2 damage. I lied.
Okay.
You lose 2 cards.
Oh, but I could have kept 1 from here?
Yes.
You mean I discard
We actually
2
keep
cards?
2 cards. You keep 2 cards and you lose 2 cards.
So I only draw 2, so I would keep them both. But I don't have any cards. What do you mean lose 2?
Oh, then you'd have to recover to lose.
Okay, but first I should discard one of these because
Yes.
I can't. Okay, so let me do that really quickly.
I'll go ahead and prep for the next hit while you take care of that. I think I will use my axe again, and I will draw 3 cards again. I think I'm going to use my axe and draw 3 cards.
So I'll discard this one.
Okay.
And then...
Draw 1.
Immediately
2,
after performing a
3.
recovery...
Okay.
This is immediately after performing a recovery -2. Does that mean I do the full recovery and then pay 2 from the top
Yeah,
of it? That's
unfortunately.
Well, no, that's fine. I was just checking.
Which means you want to recover more in greater chunks. I'm going to go ahead and commit this over here. So we're going to go ahead and have 1, 2, and the penguins to commit stars, which means I knock him down, and he's going to go all the way down. Oh, that penguin card actually might be better for later. No, I'm going to knock him down. Alright, so I'm going to knock him down to the next level. He goes down to 4. And then this over here, I lose 2 life points again. So I'm now down to 3 life points. 3 life points remaining. Okay. This is painful. I have to roll a die to see if I break the axe.
So now I
So
discard
3.
2 of these from this, and then he was also discarding from
Yes.
this? How many?
Say again?
How many was he discarding?
He was discarding 2 cards from you. So this is where it's about to get pretty brutal. Because we currently we can only apply 1 thing at a time. I'll go ahead and hit with the axe. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pay 2 more life points to just draw back 4 cards. Because honestly, I don't know what I'm supposed to do otherwise. So I'm going to draw 2 more life points. I'm going to draw 4 more cards back in my deck.
Well, do you want me to attack a little? Because
Well-
I have auto successes. That's the thing. This is an auto success every time.
So go ahead and do it. I'm going to take the first attack.
Well, first I'm going to do this, which is intuition. So I can look at the top 3 cards and then put them back either on the top or the bottom in any
Okay.
order. So that's really good. Ooh. Do you think I should keep that? That's how many successes? That's already 3? And we
Yeah,
only...
but you can only count 1 card right now.
Oh, only 1 card?
You can only count 1 card. So the ones that are halves should go to the bottom. Because they're useless.
This says block this. What does that mean?
Block it, I think has to be set aside. I have to find the keyword. But yeah, you put it underneath your character card, and it's just currently unavailable. No ways to get back blocked cards.
Yeah. Alright, so do you want me to attack or do you want to attack first?
I'm fine either way. I think either way we're going to have to take a few hits at it. Should I go for the first swing?
I can. So, I'm going to draw 2 cards.
Okay.
3 cards.
Okay.
I might draw 3 to try to do this.
Okay.
Alright,
1, 2. You can only count 1 card, though.
I forgot about that, so I'll do the 2.
Okay. So you get 1 success plus your guaranteed.
Yep.
So you have 2 successes.
Breaks.
And then you have to go ahead and lose 3 cards on the top of your deck.
3?
3 cards.
Oh, because it's the lower
Because that's
now.
the consequence. And then you take a 102 card.
Do I get to keep any cards?
You do not. But you do get this. What is this? What in the world is this? This is objective number 2. Whatever that means.
I did it.
Whatever. It's just for the needs of certain things, you now have objective 102.
Right.
I'll go ahead and swing at it. I'm going to use my axe to go ahead and I'm going to draw 3 cards, I think, to try to make this work. And we drew this, which is enough. I can go ahead and use the axe over here, discard that, use the axe. I'll roll to see if I keep the axe or not.
We killed the tree!
My axe broke as well.
Aw.
Fitting how our
Everything's
2
breaking
wooden
at me.
weapons broke against this wood behemoth. But then we do get to go ahead and read 40. We just struck at the tree. Where's the book? You go ahead and pull up 40.
Technically, you were the one.
Strike the finishing blow.
Because I wonder if you might have a decision here. The tree recoils, folding up its long, gnarled branches into a sort of protective cocoon. You hesitate for a precious second, fearing a ruse, but the abomination remains immobile. You are certain you have defeated it. Hurrah! The survivors cheer you, raising their makeshift weapons and fists in support. Hurrah! With one last effort, you clamber up the mound of the rubble that stands between you and escape. Discard all the cards on the board.
Oh, we done?
Discard all the cards on the board. Open the introductory scenario entitled A New Beginning, where the bookmark is, and read the epilogue to end the scenario. We killed it. I love how we just have to say kill the tree and then we just...
I thought it went on much longer than this.
I mean, maybe if you go other ways. There's also... Can you do the top down?
Yeah.
I really like this picture.
Yeah.
If you guys want to see. It's in the book. It's cool.
Okay. There's an epilogue.
Interesting.
Okay. You emerge from the ruins of the Citadel leading a small group of haggard survivors. For the first time in as long as you can remember, you are able to see across the desolate land stretching beyond the wall of the Citadel. Behind you, your cell collapses with a deafening crash. Dusty and ghost white, the last of the prisoners emerged in the Citadel. You have no idea what awaits you in the world before you, but whatever it is, you will face it in freedom. Over the last few hours following your escape, you have regained your strength. When you wake from sleep, a multitude of emancipated faces look at you hopefully, as if expecting you to take charge. Each player return the cards with the keywords temporary and or weakness. So you get rid of anything that's temporary or weakness. So if this goes away, and this goes away.
I was just thinking, Alex, because this green one I think was a good one for me. I had the 3 fists because I discarded that.
Yeah, you could have used it.
Yeah, not a big deal.
Yeah.
But that's interesting to know.
Discard your hand cards, the basic blue action cards. Unblock any cards that were blocked, which you just blocked one. Okay. And it looks like everything else seems to stay. Shuffles the cards from the discard pile back into the action deck, which I'm just going to stack it and shuffle it later. Gazing out beyond the crowd of survivors, you notice that the sky is clear. The clouds of dust that usually betray the pernicious actions of the burrowers seem to have disappeared. Could it be that the conflict has reached a turning point? If so, the surrounding land should be safe enough for you to explore and search for some answers. However, it could be suicide to set off without preparation or equipment. You need to get organized. Clearing your throat, you prepare to speak to the crowd. But nothing comes out. Who are you to command these people? State of play. The birth of your community. More than 100 prisoners managed to escape from the Citadel. Take a blank Citadel leaflet. On the community page, do you want to grab a pen?
Yeah.
On the community page, name your community and write down the name of each player taking part in the adventure. Okay. I'm gonna leave this on the board just a moment until we know for sure. So
Okay.
community over there. Okay.
So I should put the players here. Should I put our? I should put our character names.
Whatever you want. It says each player, so. Oh, the character's name are next. Over here.
Ugh. I did it.
No, it's character's life points, technically.
Okay.
Technically, so you're fine. If you have the objective cards, objective number 2, return it and read 33. Which I will
Is
do
it
so.
Den Hom or Den Horn?
Hom. Okay, we did accomplish objective 2, so 33. You look around. Many of your fellow captives have been maimed by the tree, and many more have been killed. Strength that will certainly be in short supply when it comes to setting up camp on the outskirts of the Citadel. Okay. Walda, we did not get Walda. Taja, we returned Taja and read 12. So better be something good here, because if it says something like...
Yeah, we hauled her around.
Yeah. Taja gradually comes to. She sits up with a grimace but does not seem to recognize you. By Shentai, what happened? She stammers as she sees the gutted husk of the Citadel. The shock is so great that you fear for a moment that she will faint again. You gently pat her hand as you tell her of your recent adventures, from your manic escape throughout the collapsing building to your epic confrontation with the frantic tree. If I understand properly, then I owe you my life and my freedom, she says in a faltering voice.
She wasn't awake for any of this.
As if to change the subject, she calls out to the gardener she knows. Hey, Baal, how many survivors are there? Without even giving her time to respond, Taja grabs Baal by the arm and begins assessing the group's chance of survival. Taja is seen by all and will be a valuable asset when the time comes. +1 crown on the influence.
Okay.
So mark an influence track and take 2 99 cards. Okay. Ooh, we got Hope Reborn cards.
Good.
Yeah, you can have one, I'll have one.
Lovely.
The Prisoner. If it is available, we don't. Ratko, we don't. So we don't have. We got 2 of the 5 possible things you can get here. One season has passed. Under destroyed canvases piled up against the rampart and in the gutted alcoves, the survivors approach their breaking point. Torn apart by tension and hunger. You have no choice but to present them with a project full of promise. Something to occupy their hands and minds and, above all, fill their bellies. With the help of a couple of bullocks and a cart that survived the collapse, you are able to gather the materials needed to set up a makeshift camp. Right in the middle of the sacred grove, you begin planting a vegetable garden that soon provides an abundance of fruit and vegetables. What sweet irony, as the Necrodruids had forbidden their consumption. Sowing, building, not a day passes without you and your people being consumed by this vast undertaking. Little by little, hope is reborn. +2 on our production chart. Okay, and then check 2 boxes on the buildings page of the Citadel leaflet. So if you want to flip to the buildings. If we open up, there we go. Check 2 boxes. Just any 2 boxes.
Well,
we're going to take some time to think
we
about
could get a
our
watchtower, a grain silo, a smithy, a place of worship, a gallows.
We're going to take some time and think about this on our own. Take 2 99 cards. We again get 2 more 99
We
cards.
can make an academy.
Here's more Hope Reborn.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. Nope, never mind, the same. Okay. At the end of another day's work, you contemplate what has been accomplished. What you have accomplished. The dwellings extend well beyond the Citadel's walls. Soon the common will be filled with lively conversation and laughter. All this in little less than a cycle, which is a year. As the last rays of sunshine disappear, you have to face the reality that in spite of all that you have achieved and the lives that you have saved, this is a tenuous victory. Living like this, by scavenging the remains of your former prison, is not sustainable, but does not displease those who held captive for too long ever to fully embrace freedom again. Your meager resources no longer meet the needs of your ever-expanding community, swollen by birth and the arrival of too many refugees who lost house and home in the reversal. One morning, Walton arrives at your tent with a broad smile. We found some ground shivers in the ruins of the Citadel. They'll enable us to venture into the collapsing lands, and if you give me time, I think I can make even more. In the glossary section, on pages 2 and 3 of the dialogue book, you can read information about the burrows, the reversal, and the ground shiver, which we're not going to do right now. Since your escape, you have kept watch on the horizon, wondering about the reasons for such upheavals, pondering what lies beyond and what might emerge. You are drawn to the buildings standing out at nightfall, and to the tiny lights shimmering in the depths of the night. There is life out there, a world to be discovered and lifted from the rubble. Once again, you have provided the initiative by sending a small group of volunteers to scout the surrounding area. Your responsibilities in the camp forbid you from exposing yourself unnecessarily for now. Take a 25 card. The scouts return. Go ahead.
Should we finish that first and then read it?
I'd read it. It's right there.
The scouts return after a few days of bearing interesting news. Flip this, slip it into the slot located in row B, column 3 of the world map, and then read the dialogue whose number can be seen in the top of the left-hand corner of the card. So it would be a 25 dialogue, and it goes in a specific area in the map.
On the map over there. Soon you will venture further than you have ever gone before, discovering the rule's many mysteries and sleepy secrets. You may now take actions again. You must immediately take the think action on each of your Hope Reborn cards. Ooh. Okay. Ready to set off again. Congratulations, you've completed the introductory scenario of the 7th Citadel. If you wish to start a new thread immediately, return all the cards in the past, then choose an available threat booklet and write its title down on the community page. Return this introductory scenario. If you prefer to continue the adventure later, then we go ahead and do that later. And that basically is going to be a starting session of 7th Citadel, playing through the new beginning introductory scenario. In any case, until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co.
I'm Professor Meg, and before we go, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
I know you said that the other ones are much bigger than this.
Yes.
Are there different breaking points where you would stop and add things to the map?
So I'm not fully aware of exactly how things play out. I believe
Sorry.
so. I believe so. I believe the way these go is these ones have, I believe they have
multiple, like,
conclusion. Yeah.
Interesting.
So even right here, there's a conclusion right over here.
Okay.
Without knowing more about it. That's like 10 pages in. So there are different breaking points as you go through it. There are save points as well. You're allowed to save the game in different ways. You're going to be making permanent consequences. You're going to be marking your things, getting a degree of progress and legacy elements going on as you go through it. And hopefully trying to power yourself up. Adding action cards. There's a whole stack. We haven't talked about this yet, but there's like a whole section over here of advanced action cards that sometimes have fun things like, can I find them over here? Are these the really advanced ones? I don't even know. Maybe not. No, let's find no, maybe they are. I don't know. I feel like some of these cards sometimes have 2 successes on them.
Wow.
Maybe not these. It might not be this deck. Maybe, and also keep in mind, I'm judging from 7th. Oh, here we go. Look at that card.
Wow.
Look at some of these. Like these, like
those
I think
are
they all have.
all like that. Yeah,
Yeah, guaranteed.
They're just like super special.
Yeah. Getting a few of those into your deck can make you feel a lot more powerful, a lot more quickly.
Amazing. Well, with that, thank you all for watching this playthrough. I am Professor Meg.
I'm Alex.
I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.